Hey, it's your boy Big Ben, and we're tuning into another episode of I can't speak today. It's not called episode, it's episode. We have another episode of Let's Go to Church Gospel Show, and today we have a special guest today. She's multi-nominated powerhouse Sondra Busby. Hello, Miss Sondra. How you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So can you please tell the audience a brief bio about yourself?
All right. Well, it's simple. I'm Sondra Busby from here in Silver, South Carolina, really, really small town. People say, okay, how do you market? All right. So this is the home of famous Althea Gibson, first Wimbledon winner, black female Wimbledon winner, tennis player, that is. So I grew up in walking distance from where she grew up. And so I'm a mother of three, wife for 20 years. My children are Ariana, Joey Jr., and Tyrone. I'm married to the great Joey Busby Sr. I started singing at 5. Story goes on. I don't want to go into too much details.
No, you go in details. Not to answer my other question. How did this all started? How did you start into the singing?
Okay, well, I started at 5. All right, I said I started singing at 5. I didn't say I was singing gospel all my life. I'm not even gonna try to put there because that's not where I am. I'm just straight up. So I started at 5 in the church choirs. We started in the Baptist Coalition when it was very, very traditional. My parents separated, and I ended up into a holiness setting. So now I'm in a completely different atmosphere where people are speaking in tongues and falling and prophesizing. Right. Because of that, I ended up with I guess 2 types of genre right there. So, but being in that atmosphere, I end up in apostolic as well, and I end up in a little bit of Kojic style praise and worship. So I have a little bit of everything going on. So by the time I became a teenager, of course, gospel wasn't my passion. I wanted to do R&B, whatever else I can do. And you know what? For the life of me, I could have had maybe 3 attempts to get it started, but for whatever reason, going to the studio or recording a demo, something would always go wrong. Nevertheless, right. I decided in my 20s to go ahead and give God my life. But listen, there's a difference between repenting.
Right.
And I'm saved and sanctified and holy. There's a difference between repenting and being obedient, because that's just the start of it. Once you're saved, that's not the end of it. You have to be sacrificial obedient and serve. Right. I was not serving him. Sure, I'll sing if they ask me to. I'll sing on Sunday morning choir, but that was it. But in 17, God was sick of me. You understand? Yeah. My life began to turn upside down, work quicker than an hourglass. Everything that was go wrong went wrong. Now, don't get me wrong. I was on my bed of affliction, and my family members were dying all around me. Thank God I didn't have that story. But when I'm talking about my finances and relationships and everything was wrong, and it pushed me to the call and said, God, what is it? Is it something I'm not doing or something I'm not doing enough of? The reason things are going the way that they are? Excuse me, that's a balloon pushing in the way. And so get that one away. And so I decided to cry out to my God and ask him what the problem, what's wrong? We can talk to God, talk to each other. What is it that's going on? And he said, I want you to sing. So my question then was, sing? I do sing. Said, no, when you sing, Sondra, you get up in front of the church before people and you sing all pretty and melody. And when it's all said and done, people pat you on your back, tell you just how well you sound, and you walk away thinking you've done it. Well, the only person that got the glory from that was you.
Wow.
And I realized that I was stealing God's glory. And we can believe it or not. I don't like the way it sounds, but God is a jealous God.
Yes, he is.
As no one is worthy of his glory, and I was stealing his glory. Wow. Forget for Sondra. If nobody's in worship when I'm done, if no one says, oh, I needed to hear that, or God did something for me, that means I just got up there for a form of fashion and I was glorified. That's why I was being chastised. And I told my God right then and there, no, never again. From here on out, if you don't tell me to sing it, I won't sing it. If I don't within the spirit. And when I do sing it, trust and believe. When I'm up there, I'm going to put my all into it, because when I walk away, I want somebody to have something. And sometimes I understand that ministry is not even for somebody else. Sometimes it's for me. But at the end of the day, my God needs to be glorified, and that's my ultimate mission. And so, look, I'm in the long haul now. I'm in too deep. Yes. I've been chastised too much. Like, I've had my butt cut too much. God will chastise you. You know, the word says, whom I loveth, I chasten. And trust me, I'm not going back to that stage. It's terrible, you know. So it doesn't make sense to be hard headed when you know the
Yes.
difference. It's one thing to not know better, but it's another thing to know better and then don't do better.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
about where I am. And so when I decided to give God my all, I said, God, I need you to tell me if this thing needs to be more than what it is. Give me my own sound, my own stage presence. Okay, fine. Break me out of the habit of trying to sing it just like Yolanda or just like Tamala or
Yes.
just like Tasha. Give me my own sound, my own stage presence, my own, so I know it's me. And sure enough, lo and behold, at my aunt's funeral when I'm at my most vulnerable, but I'm not really even concentrating on what somebody's thinking. You know, I'm hurting. My
Right.
heart's open. And I got up to sing, He Touched Me. And just like that, God gave me blessed assurance. Never practiced it, never sang it before. And everything was brand new to me. So that means what God did was dip me down into a clay to say, now when you come out of this clay, you're going to be modeled and you're going to be shaped in the way that you're supposed to be.
Yes.
Therefore, you know that is me. See, He Touched Me was a song that I sang before. I knew what I could do with that. But then He said, no, you won't know the difference. See, when God does something,
it's different.
That is Him.
Yeah.
So when I was on with that song, I was in awe of myself. The Spirit of God was in that church. You know, I was no longer whimpering because my aunt passed. You know, she left us suddenly, so it was really sad for us. I was now glorifying God, and I was in all the more of worship because I knew what God had just done. I knew He's just answered my question and tell me, now you go ahead and get to work. I've answered you. I've given you confirmation. So you do it. That was it.
Wow, y'all see her testimony from singing R&B and secular and coming to Christ. So that was your coming to Christ moment at your aunt's funeral.
Well, no, it was my do your job moment. It was
do your calling
moment. Yeah, because remember I said, you know, it's one thing to just repent, but that's all I did. I just repented. That's it. You know, I don't need to do nothing else. I've done what they told me I should do, and that's it. I'm done. But that's not it. You know, we got a work to do, and we got to do it until He closes our eyes.
Yes.
And I wasn't doing that, and God wasn't pleased. So, you know, we can do things halfway.
Wow. So how did you like the music industry? How did you like come out with your album? Tell us how the process of making your album. We Need Your Presence. That's the #1 song that was top 4 I think it was last month.
Couple of weeks ago, yeah, probably a month now.
Yes, a month ago it was top 4 in my whole station. Please tell us the process of making all that.
First of all, thank you again for that, because I was too shocked and in awe when I saw you posted that. You know, really meant a lot. But nevertheless, We Need Your Presence is an album that's spontaneously done. When I say spontaneous, I'm not a musician. I don't write music. I can't read music. But when God gave me my songs, every last one of them came with the lyrics and the sound, even the very feel of the song God gave spontaneously. What do you mean by spontaneous? I'm in my pot. I'm stirring peas. I'm vacuuming. I'm watching TV. I'm having conversations. And right then there, God gives me a revelation, gives me a song, and I sit and I begin to write. I'll sit and write about 2 or 3 songs in a heartbeat just because He just gave it to me. And that album, it didn't take me long to write it at all. Once I got in the studio, everything was a flow because God was in the midst. You know, when He gives you a job, He gives you the tools to do it. So the process with the studio and the musicians, everything just kind of flowed. And every song, people say don't judge a book by its cover, but every single thing that I have, its title is the song. From front to back. If you get a feel from that title, We Need Your Presence. That's what I mean in that song. We need your presence. And that song was written prior to the pandemic. You know, I tell if you want to use it for the pandemic purposes, that's fine. But that just goes to show you don't know what God has in store.
Yes.
Because song out of my moment, out of my testimony, saying, God, I need you. I need your presence to abide because I have some things going on that's not working. And I need your glory because I know within His glory, there abides His power, His deliverance, His healing, His glory, and everything that I need. So I said, God, I need them both. And I began to pray. And so that has been my deliverance song for the longest. And all of the titles They all have a testimony. They all are backed by scriptures, and that God was just confirming everything. I'll write a song, and when I'm done, I flip and there's the scripture. So
Wow.
he let me know all along, Sondra, you just follow my lead. Just follow my lead.
Yes. So we're gonna play. We're not gonna play "We Need Your Presence." Y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta go check that out on your own time. We're gonna play another song that's on her album. It's called "You've Been Good to Me." So here you go.
I remember the times when I felt all alone, and I remember all the times when I had to stand all alone, and I remember all the nights when I had to cry all night long, but you were right there, and you never left my side. Oh God, you've been good to me. Oh God, you've been good to me. Looking back over my life, I've had doors closed in my face, and when I think about the heartaches out there, and oh how I felt in despair, I wanted to give up, go into town. You were right there and you wouldn't let me fall. Oh God, you've been good to me. Oh God, you've been good to me. Oh God, you've been good to me. Oh my God, you've been good to me. 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 You've been good. When I think of the goodness of Jesus, you've been good. And all He's done for me, you've been good. My soul cries out, you've been good. I thank God for saving me. You've been good. You made ways out of no way. You've been good. You made wonders out of no way. You've been good. When the doctor shook his head, you've been good. You've been good to me. You've been good. You healed my body. You've been good. You put the doctors on a word. You've been good. You put the doctors on a word. Right there from my mother's womb. Right there from my mother's womb. You've been good to me. Yes, you are. You've been good to me. You've been good to me. You are the Almighty God. You've been good. You deserve all of my praise. You've been good. You deserve all of my worship. You've been good. If I had 1,000 tongues, you've been good. Would it be enough to count your glory? Would it be enough to tell your story? You've been good. You've been good to me. 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 Doors that men can't close. You've been good. You made ways out of no way. You've been good. You provided for me over. You've been good. Just when I was about to give up, you've been good. You stepped in and you held me. You've been good. You sustained my mind. You've been good. You gave me peace in the time of mourning. You've been good. You been my bridge over troubled water. Been my man when I was hungry. Been my meal when I was hungry. Been my water when I was thirsty.
Oh, you just listen on the opposite end.
Yeah. You're like, I did this song again. I turned it off.
Yeah, I was like, did I turn it off right? Oh, I was confused. But yes, I had to cut it because
Yeah.
copyrights. The people, they're gonna, mute the thing, and I don't want this part to be muted out. So please tell the audience, what do you do for a living outside of music? What do you do for? I don't. Yeah.
I'm a homebody. I'm a mother. My husband and I have a business together. So trucking business together. My son just got my attention. He's looking at me crazy right now, like that's not a job. It is a job. You should see the way.
It is a job.
Yeah, it is a job. It is a job. Although my 20-year-old, I don't have to raise her, but I still have to talk to her. She hasn't gone back to school yet, but nevertheless, this is what I do, and then I help on our end of our business. So that's pretty much it. And right about now, I'm just spinning in circles with 3 or 4 heads, trying to keep up with social media and this industry I need to have done. It's just I see why people have 4 or 5 different people on their team because I'm one person and my brain is spinning.
Yeah. You'll be having your brain hurt, the back of your brain be hurting. It'd be too much sometimes. It'd be too much.
Yep, you're sleeping, you're not sleep. I'm sleeping, I'm constantly thinking, it's like, oh gosh, I need to get a sound sleep. My mind is always on what can I do more? What can I post? What do I need to post? Who do I need to contact? Let's see. I'm gonna think about calling this one, that one, doing this and that. Should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do that? It's
right. Yep, my mind's like that all the time. And like I'm going on vacation tomorrow. I leave tomorrow. So I'm probably gonna be it's not gonna be vacation because I'm still doing work anyways. But I'm still like every time I don't really have vacations, I'm always doing ministry. Like I'm going down there, going to Florida to judge a showcase, and I'm gonna be doing media coverage down there. So I'm gonna be thinking again.
Exactly. You're gonna be thinking again. That's what people don't understand that mental fatigue can be just as bad as physical fatigue. It will tire you talking about your brain, like you said, your brain.
Yeah.
That's mental, that's everything. And when that's tired, everything's tired.
Yes, totally. So, what is your favorite color?
Red.
Red is your favorite color. Oh, yeah. This color? This is burgundy.
No, that's not red.
This burgundy.
Yeah, it's not red.
Okay. You don't like it's just red, or you like different shades of red?
Well, different shades of red will work, but my true is red, like the pure red, the blood red.
Yeah. Blood of Jesus.
Red.
Yeah.
He's on the blood of Jesus.
Well, let me get my tambourine.
And then it's orange. I like orange too. And your mic.
Hey!
That's that mic. Can you Bluetooth that?
Yeah.
Can you Bluetooth to that? Yeah.
Yeah, Bluetooth it. Yeah, I got that. One of
them. My baby.
You gotta get you one.
My son has one.
You use it. I'm telling you, go on live and just start singing with it. You just
I do. Is your mic charged? Yeah, or if I'm in here having my mini concerts, like my oldest son says, my mini concerts, my big in the kitchen that hands me the mic.
What is wow.
Oh, goodness.
What is one of your favorite go-to scriptures like that? The scripture you have to read every day. Like that go-to scripture. What is that? You probably got a whole bunch, so you can go ahead and name how many you want. Because I know I got a favorite. I got a whole bunch too.
That's a good question. You got me. Because that is a good one. Well, I would, if I had to pick one, I would lean not to your own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge him, because that has been my life for the past year. And when I say I'm actually leaning, I am leaning, because I never know what he's going to do next. Things happen out of the blue. Like that day I saw your post, first when I saw the tag, I was like, okay, I'll go back and I'll look at that later. He probably has something going on. And it's something the Spirit said, no, you might want to look at this now.
Wow.
And I looked and I was like, what in the world? So, and those are the type of things that are happening. I just lean and he leads. You know, he tells me, talk to that person. Don't fool up with that person too much, or do this or do that. And I'm just like a little kid and wrapped around my dad's ankle. He's pulling out, you know how you tugging and you're holding on to
it.
So that's where I am. I'm not even trying to think about it and trying to figure it out no more. I just let him speak and I just respond to it. So I don't have it to understand. I'm just dumbfounded.
Yes. And she's been nominated for multiple awards. Praise Factor. You've been S&M, right? S&M Awards?
No, K-Sound.
K-Sound Awards. Okay. You got multiple awards, nominated for multiple awards. Praise Factor coming up. So Hopefully, you win one of those categories. I think you're.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
I
remember
have
how many.
I started with 4 nominations, but for the final round, I have 4 nominations.
Okay.
Yeah. Album of the Year, Inspirational Artist of the Year, the Lucille Pope Award, and album cover.
Look, she got it all down. She's like,
Yeah.
she said, I'm about to get this award. I'm about to get this award.
I'm gonna claim it. I am definitely gonna claim them.
I can't remember my categories from nothing. Like
I remember mine.
It's too much to remember.
Yeah, you do have a lot. I've been looking at. Yeah, I stopped counting yours, so I stopped reading. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute now. I'm like, yeah, like number 25 or 26 or 30, and I stopped reading. Goodness, and you like have like every award that's out there. You're a part of it, right? You got
yeah. It's just I don't be nominating myself. I don't be nominating myself.
Yeah,
People know me.
Yeah, and that makes it stand out. It's like I almost look for your name now. Like, let's see. Oh, wait a minute, he's not. Oh, there he is. You are everywhere. You laughing at me earlier talking about I like to post. Shoot, people like to post you.
Yeah, and I be just literally when I do my posting, I strategically try to figure out what I need to post for that day. Okay, don't post that to that later on that night because that's too much you're posting at one time.
Wow,
it's just like think strategically, and then I got my my one-way marketing promotion and thing that I do. So I do certain artists. I talk to certain artists, and they let me promote their music. And if you see me tagging you in it, that's the reason why I'm not trying to. I just tag you in it.
Yeah,
and it's not because I sometimes tags do drive me crazy, and it might drive y'all crazy too. I don't know.
It's not a big deal because I know I like to tag people in, so I can't complain. I can't tagging me. How can the pot call the kettle black?
Yeah,
because I do it. And sometimes I say to myself, "Oh gosh, I feel such and such is sick of me." I try to leave somebody out every now and then before I got them in something else.
Yeah, I be trying. Sometimes I try to do. I said, let me try to do 99. I said, let me not because if everybody start untagging, I'll be mad. So I don't even try 99 no more. I said, let me do 50. Let me do 30. Let me tag 30.
Yeah. I never do beyond 49 or 50. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So, what is one of your greatest inspirations? I know it's Jesus, but I just want you to just.
No, I wasn't gonna give you the answer because I know that's the answer everybody's looking for. That's it's true, but it's boy. We're gonna be real here. My greatest inspiration, I would say, is just life. But I mean by that, everything that's tied up in life: family, love, disappointment, stress, happy times, good times, bad times, all wrapped up in one. When I first had my daughter, I wasn't married, and so I felt like this is out of whack. This is not what I had planned. Here I am in school, and I've got this going. This is not going to work. This is not my plan.
Right.
But I decided when I had her that from now on, my most inspiration would be wrapped around her. And by her, I don't mean like worshiping her. I mean making sure that she has what she's supposed to have. Make sure I'm teaching her well. Because I said, hey, God has given her to me, so now she's my responsibility. And along with me caring for her, that makes me have to do better for myself.
Yes.
So at that point, life itself, I had to grow up really quick. Because when you're young, you're like 20, 22.
I'm about 20. I'm only 21.
Man, that's not grown. I wasn't grown yet. I was like, what, a mother? But I had to grow up really quick and get myself together and know that life from now on is going to have to be, there's nobody's fault. I have to learn to be responsible and be grown for real now because somebody else is depending on me.
Right.
So like I said, life is my greatest motivation. Not all the good, but the bad as well, because the bad helps you grow.
Yes, totally. So if you can collaborate with what's it called? Hold up, it's not coming out. If you could collaborate 2 artists, mainstream artists, who would they be?
I would collaborate. Oh goodness. Oh, I would collaborate Yolanda Adams with Tasha Cobbs.
Why?
Because they both have their own powerhouse, And while Tasha has that praise and worship ambience, then Yolanda has a little bit of that contemporary with a little bit of praise and worship mixed with it. So I think if you combine those two together, you have a mighty punch. You know, their vocals are the same. You can tell the differences in the variations. You would know one artist from, you know, I hate to hear a collaboration. I can't tell who's singing. That's, you know, what did you just do? Y'all just decide to get together and sing a song and we both sound pretty. I think collaboration should be a strong song, but you can tell which artist is singing, and you know, you can hear both. So with Tasha, although she can hit a higher range, but you can hear that gravel in her voice.
Yes.
You got something different. So I think that would be a pretty collabo with Yolanda and Tasha.
Is she ready for that? Miss Sondra's ready for that collaboration.
I am.
Look, because you know how some people got write down goals, like they have a chart and they put it on their wall or they put it where their desk is at. And I feel like you have a goal, like you have a goal chart.
I don't have a goal chart written around. That's not me. I'm not organized at all. I'm going to tell you the truth. Looks are very deceiving. My dad bought me, as one of my Mother's Day gift, a calendar because she hit me around here. Oh my God, I got to remember this. Oh, I almost forgot that. Trying to keep it all here. Mind you now, her last year of high school, because she has so much going on with basketball and clubs and blah, blah. You need to get you a calendar so you can write everything down and keep your thoughts together. And here I am spinning around, not practicing what I'm preaching. She's like, you need a calendar. So I'm not organized at all, but that calendar keeps me on point now. And when I set a goal, first of all, I think about things before I just throw out a goal and say, yes, that's what I want. You know, this is not a fairy tale.
Yeah.
Yes, all things are possible through Christ that strengthens me.
Yes.
But everything is not for you. So, you know, just because you want it doesn't mean God is going to turn into your sugar daddy. Because you said you want it. So, no, I understand that. So I consult and watch God to see where it looks like he's leading me. And then I decide, yeah, this is something I want to do. And then I watch I like to say I watch the atmosphere or whatever it is that I'm thinking about, because you can tell when something is moving in your favor. And so then I'll begin to chart and say what my goal is and how I'm going to get to this goal. So I'll just have like a booklet of goals and I'm checking off like I have a bucket list. That'll never work for me. That'll never work for me.
What can you tell the young women? They're just coming into the industry and they're feeling like discouraged and they don't feel like they don't know they fit in the industry, or they feel like they can't come out with music or anything. What can you give them? What's that push what can you give them?
All right, when I told you earlier that I asked God for my own style, my own stage presence, that's what you have to do. Because if you go into the industry or anything trying to look like the next person, you're going to fail every time. Because first of all, you're not going to be pleased with yourself, because the moment you find out that you're not singing it like Karen, or you don't exactly dress like Kiara, you don't sound and hum pretty like, I don't know, Yolanda or anybody else, you're going to be disappointed. So
right.
You're through life trying to satisfy someone else because you're going to end up on the short end every single time. So I would say, find that thing that you like. You know, I have my own brand. I know how I like to dress when I'm going out, because that's me. I don't care what nobody else is doing.
Yeah.
I stay focused on Sondra. You know, is this something that Sondra wears? Is this the type of music that she sings? Is this what she wants to look like? You know, do I want to look like I'm going to the club, or do I want to look like I'm going to church, or do I want to look like I'm at a cookout, or whatever the scene is? You know, you better make it your own. So I tell everybody to be yourself. You know, of course, consult God, and God will lead you accordingly. So if you I always say, find your purpose, pursue it, and the rest will follow. So if you seek him for it, he's going to give you the answer. You pursue it, and everything else will fall in line.
Yes. She told you.
Educate yourself too in the industry.
Yes. You have to. I'm glad you said that, because not a lot of artists, male or female, there's some people that really don't know the industry.
Yeah.
And I think there's just, oh yeah, I'm about to be famous. Yes, I'm about to come in, be famous in one day.
In one day. Yeah. You know, I don't even know if that truly really happens to anybody, but I think people think it for real.
Yes.
I've talked to a lot of people who've been out there for a long time, past years, my seniors, and they're asking, and we're talking, I mentioned BMI, and they, BM what? Wait a minute. Didn't she just tell me she had an album out for 20 years? Okay.
Make sure you sign up for BMI.
Yeah, and so we got to educate ourselves, be willing to open up a book and read, or, we have technology. So get on the internet and start Googling or listening to other people's interviews. And for God's sake, if you're talking to someone who seems like they know, ask questions. I didn't know either. I heard some stuff on TV. I saw things in movies. Look, I watched Empire too. And I know how to ask questions like, what is that? What is it? You've been doing this for how long? Then I'll ask you, I'll pick your brain in a heartbeat. I'll sit down and let you hold a long conversation at the same time you're educating me. Don't even know it because I'm sitting there jotting or I'm remember what you're saying. And the minute the conversation over, now I'm going to look up what you just said. I cannot be ignorant to the fact and I'm involved in something. You can't walk into something backwards and blindfold it. How can you get ahead?
Right.
So educating yourself in anything that you do and in this industry is very important.
Yes. And another thing the other day, I got an inbox. It was like, what is DRT? I was like, it's kind of like BDS. They was like, oh, yeah, I know what BDS is, but I don't know what DRT is. I was like, I don't know. I can send you the link and information, Oh. But yeah. But yes, guys, this is Miss Sondra Busby. Make sure you go out and buy her music. We're having some technical problems going on right now. Make sure you go out and buy her. Get her music. Support her ministry. The way I looked is like I'm confused, but Wi-Fi, people's Wi-Fi sometimes act up, but But yes, guys, make sure you go buy her music. I'm gonna have one more promo before we do leave. Yeah, she's in the comments. Yes, Miss Sondra. I don't know what happened either, but we did our interview, Miss Sondra. You can go ahead and inbox me if you need to. Yes, we're going to end out with a promo, and then we go ahead and cut it out, and we're done for tonight. Thank you, Miss Sondra, for coming on to my show. Once again, y'all keep God first and never leave Him.
It's Southwest Florida's #1 annual youth and young adults event, Taking the City Weekend 2021 with special guests 1K Few and Gabi.
This is Gabi.
July 23rd and 24th, presented by Taking the City Movement and Music with a Voice. This year's Taking the City Weekend starts off with the second annual pre-bash event, Taking the City Showcase and Beat Battle, presented by Bloodbought Radio, hosted by No Grind, No Glory's own Boy Wonder and Kingdom Music's own Diego, with music by the official DJ of Bloodbought Radio, DJ Kojak. On July 23rd, come watch 10 artists give their all in the Taking the City Showcase to win the opportunity to open up for 1K Few and Gabi the next night at the Taking the City Bash on July 24th. After the showcase, the heat turns up with the Taking the City Beat Battle as 6 producers go head-to-head to see who would challenge the current Taking the City Beat Battle King. The winner of the Beat Battle will be crowned King and win $500 cash. Both events will be judged by 8 panelists and you. Tickets for the second annual pre-badge event, Taking the City Showcase and Beat Battle, can be purchased now online for $5 at Bridging the Gap Movement LLC.com in the BTGM shop, or $5 at the door. Doors open at 7 p.m. Then come back the next day for the main event with Taking the City Bash 2021 with 1K Few, Gabi, Ashton Hill, I Am Forgiven, Red Tips, and more with special guest speakers. With music by DJ Mike Barker. This year's Taking the City Weekend event will be covered by multiple media platforms from all over the country. Purchase general admission or VIP tickets for Taking the City Bash 2021 on Eventbrite.com. Doors for VIP tickets will open at general admission or VIP tickets for Taking the City Bash 2021.
Hello, Miss Sondra.
Hey, Mr.
What happened?
What in the world?
It's
And then I looked down on my phone. I'm like, and I was like, oh, he's still talking the thing out.
I was like,
I saw that expression. I said, "Oh my God, his face is red. He don't know what's going on either." Wow, I don't know. Were you about to ask me? You probably started asking something you shouldn't ask me.
No, I was. I don't know. I can't remember where I was going. I don't remember where I was going to ask you.
Oh, let's see. You were. I know we were talking about being educated and.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, I was talking about. Okay, I remember now. Okay, it came back. It went around, came around, back over here now. Okay. So, oh yeah, I got an inbox the other day.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I got an inbox the other day, and an artist asked me what is DRT, and I was like, ma'am, do you know you don't know what that means? She said, no, I only know BDS. BDS is the only thing I know. I said, ma'am, here's the link. You'll have to research that. You need to research that because it's basically the same thing. It just as the spins calculate,
right.
I'm gonna lose some. As the spins calculate, go straight to the billboards and BDS charts.
Yes.
So I don't understand why people don't study, and if I don't know, I just don't get it.
I'm not gonna say what I started to say because our culture gets enough tension as it is.
Right.
But sometimes people just don't want to read.
Right.
I used to work for an attorney that says we don't like to read. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I got you. I
don't understand.
She said us black people don't know how to read.
We don't like to read. And you know what? I looked at him and I said, you are so right. Because he handed me a bunch of paperwork and I looked at him and I gave him a bunch of questions. And he looked at me and he said, you know what? You're in the law field. That's where all of my degrees are. I love the law. One day I am going to take my LSAT and go to law school. But anyway, I'm like looking at him like, if I can just ask you, what's going on in these cases, I really don't have to read them. And so then he said, the problem is with us is that we don't like to read. I felt like this, but he was telling the truth. And so read.
I'll be honest, sometimes I don't want to read nothing either.
Yeah, you don't want to read. It's easy to ask a question, but see, when you ask somebody a question, how often would they give you the whole write-up?
Yeah.
So I'd ask you a question. I would have preferred you to give me the link so I can see everything, because you're not going to sit there and give me an hour conversation and tell me every details, and then I see a word I don't understand. You're going to tell me what the word means too. Nobody has that kind of time.
Yeah, they want me to break it down and stuff. I said, here's the website.
Exactly.
I don't for that today. I just don't.
To some people, they find that offensive. Oh, you so good. You too good. You can't.
Yeah, but we got lives. I got things to do. I got a job. I got 2 radio stations manager, entertainment business. I got a lot. I got my personal life. I got ministry. It's just too much. I don't got time to be answered for it. If I have the time, I will answer it. But if I don't have the time, I'm just going to give you something brief and call it a day.
That's good enough for you to do that. I always say, anytime somebody does anything for you, you should be appreciative because they didn't have to do that. Or she could have, or he could have. At least this is how I go. The least he could have done was. No, the least that he could have done was respond at all. So nah.
Yep.
You got to be educated. There's too much. We have too much access to all of these questions than to have to go to a certain. Now I may ask you, what did you do? What was your experience? But Sondra does not like to do anything backwards or blindfolded. I need to know what you know and then some if I'm doing it, so that's just me.
Yes. So y'all, this is Miss Sondra Busby. Make sure you go buy her music on all digital media platforms. But yeah, before we do go, what is next for Sondra Busby Ministries?
July 31st, I'm with Earthquake Entertainment hosting in Columbia, South Carolina, which is my capital here. He's hosting a big gospel show. And then in September, Labor Day weekend, I'm on Gerald Tyson's and Cassandra's Glen National Quartet show, where there's going to be Doc McKenzie and a host of other people there. And
My
October.
cousins.
Huh?
Doc McKenzie's my cousins.
Izzy.
Yeah.
Good deal. And you know Sondra Busby.
Yep.
And also October 30th, I'll be in Atlanta opening up for Shirley Caesar's You Name It Tour.
Ah! Beans, potatoes, tomatoes, ham, hard chicken, turkey, chicken.
Ice cream, cheesecake, buttercream, ice cream. You something else.
y'all gotta be around me. When y'all do physically meet me, y'all, the people in the audience and Miss Sondra, when you physically meet me, I'm very goofy all the time.
All the time.
Times, actually, let me think. A couple times I was actually serious, but you know, it's just me.
You gotta be you. Yeah.
I could be serious, you know, with a funeral and stuff. I don't do funerals anyways. I don't go funerals. But yeah, I could, and sometimes then when I'm worshiping with God, you know, sometimes I be serious, but majority of the time I like to joke. Because you know, everybody needs that joke.
Yeah, nothing wrong. I'm more of a sarcastic person, so that will work. You know, I'll say something to you like, did she mean that? Wait a minute, is she playing? Yeah, you gotta know me to understand that I am just messing with you. Now I am very straightforward. I'm gonna tell you what I'm thinking. You don't have to hurt somebody's feeling to tell them what you're thinking. So, you know, you can understand me and know where I'm coming from. I have to be straightforward with you. But yeah, sarcastic, comedy. You know, I love comedy. I'm pretty much down to earth. If you can't get along with me, it's not me. Trust me, and that's not an arrogant comment. Some people might look at it and say, "Oh, she's arrogant," but no, seriously. If you don't get along with me, something else is wrong, because that's just me. I'm a peacemaker. You know, don't rub me the wrong way, but I'm a peacemaker. I'm not gonna. You don't bother me. I'm not gonna bother you. We all Jesus at the end of the day and trying to go to heaven. So that's it.
Yes. So Mason, go get her music. No, you coming out any other music? Any more music coming out soon?
Not soon.
Look, I just gave the unction. So
yeah, you did. You did. So I'm thinking of getting back in the studio really soon. I do have a lot of other music already written, different workup, different genres. Gonna sound completely different. We Need Your Presence, which is why I'm excited about it. So yeah, pretty soon.
Yeah, but guys, you gotta know, when you go to studio sessions, it costs money.
It does.
I understand that give me a couple months and then I'll go in the studio. It takes a lot of money, time, preparation, and there's a lot of steps. Promoting a new song coming up, you gotta get you a cover art. You got BMI, and you got to get your ass cap and stuff. Everything coded right. It's just a lot of.
It's a lot. It is 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 a lot.
But yes, I know Miss Sondra is going to come out with something new very, very soon. She's going to notify me. I know she's going to notify me. She said, "Big Ben, I got a new song. Listen, I need you to listen to this. I need you to listen to this." But yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, ma'am. So thank you so much for this interview. This is all I have for you tonight. Unless you have anything else to say, I'm out of words.
No, I don't have anything else to say. I've enjoyed this. I knew I would have. So, but thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for your support and everything that you've done. I mean, I know you're younger than me, but you really helped me. You really have. When I posted that post, people were like, "Oh my goodness," you know, and I was getting DMs and phones like, "Yo, like yeah." You know, so I really, really do appreciate your platform. It means a lot. I've been trying to tune in with you guys a lot. You're coming on live and listening to you share and everything. So just know that I appreciate you, and just know that I will remember. You know, I don't know what God has in store, but He's doing great things. Some things I haven't even mentioned, but I will remember. So I appreciate everybody out there. Just be encouraged. Know that God is still in charge, regardless of what's going on. Just be encouraged and know that He's your strength. That's all I have.
Peace.
Peace.